I just got down here to the farm. I absolutely love looking out there and seeing that cornfield mode now. But the first thing we're gonna be doing is getting set up for the farmer's market. A lady contacted us on Facebook from Discover Northeast PA, and she wants to just stop by and take some pictures, maybe read a little article, I don't really know. So we wanna make sure the market is stocked full and pretty like it is every day. That way she can get some good pictures. We're in the process of filling the cooler again now for Wednesday. We basically empty it out every day we go to market, or just about empty it out. This is the pallet that Dad brought back from market yesterday, which is little to nothing compared to the load that we took. We're gonna get these potatoes washed. And then back there we have our pickles and cucumbers that we picked yesterday. Mom got back in here with the truck. We just got a pretty nice load onto here. Now we're gonna head out to the field and grab a couple cantaloupe and then head to the market. After getting the market set up, Mom and I came out here to the field tomatoes. This will be my first time harvesting these for the year. This is Mom's second time. They're just coming on. There's a lot of tomatoes, as you can see. But with the recent rain that we had, we're noticing quite a bit of cracking. And that happens because the tomato was basically fully grown and mature, and then the rain came, blew it up more than what it was really wanting to grow, and then it cracks just because it can't really withstand that expansion. The tomatoes aren't really like blood red yet. You can see they're more orangish, but that's gonna ripen in a day or so. This one's a little bit more red. And then, like always, we take that green stem off there so it doesn't poke into another one. So there's not a ton on, but there's some nice ones here and there. You just gotta look for them. We're noticing a couple of issues. Just one being that, you know, they got dry earlier on. We did water them, but we probably should have put the water to them a little bit earlier. And then, like I said, with that rain cracking them, that ruined a lot of the first early ones. Like out of a cluster right there, you might get 1 or 2 out of the 4 or 5 just because of the cracking. Like that's a nice, beautiful little tomato. So we're trying to get 10 boxes. Mom's finishing up box number 4. I'm starting number 5. We've gone quite a ways, but we're just trying to get the nicest of them. You can see all the new green tomatoes that are coming on. That little mite that I'm showing you, it won't really affect the fruit or the tomato at all. I mean, it kind of will in the long run, but it really affects the plant. You notice how the plant has a lot of brownish on it, which could be partially from being too dry, but also from being stressed out from those mites. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'll try and show you this one here. This one's got to have 50 to 100 thrip on it. And that is like devastating to a plant, knowing that there's hundreds of little leaves on each plant, and if there's that many thrip on every one, that is why the tomatoes aren't doing as good as they should. And it's just basically killing the plant slowly. And like I said, in the long run, hurting the fruit. Not that it's actually affecting, you know, what's ready. And so the only way to really take care of this is to spray it. I don't do the spraying, my dad does, so he'll have to see what he can put on it and how he can take care of it. But just if you ever notice any kind of troubles in your garden and you're noticing the plant isn't looking very healthy, always take a leaf off the bottom of the plant and look up under and just see if you see any kind of little mites moving around on there, because that could be the reason why it's not doing good. It might not be your soil. It might not be just because you're not good at gardening. It could be because you have some kind of microscopic mite on there that you didn't even know was there. So just take a look if you're ever having any kind of issues, because that's what we basically do on a daily basis to make sure all of our stuff is growing good and healthy. I'm gonna try and show you this for you guys at home that may be having problems with your tomatoes. I don't know if you're gonna be able to notice it or not, but let me see if I can focus it in here. If you can tell or notice these little tiny yellow mites on there. You can see the one actually there pretty good. That is called thrip. And that is an issue we're having right now with these tomatoes. Let me see if I can find another one. They're pretty easy to find because we have quite a bit of them on our tomatoes at the moment. There's a bunch on this one, but like I said, it's only if you can notice it. Not that big rock there, but the little tiny mites alongside of it. There's one or two I can see. Trying to do the best I can to show you guys. But if you can see those little tiny long, well, I say long, but compared to their body, they're long and skinny. They're a yellowish color. That's horrible. And that could be why that leaf has all those brown specks on it. I don't really know. I just know that thrip are not good for a plant whatsoever. I found this online at uga.edu. Thrips may feed on leaves, flower buds, flowers, or fruit, depending on the species. Thrips damage causes discoloration, distortion, premature drying, and shredding of leaves, flowers, and buds. Feeding can also impact plants' ability to grow and cause stunning or dwarfing. And like I said, these are problems that we are seeing currently. Now, if we can get these sprayed and taken care of, I think these tomatoes are gonna come right back, especially since there's so many new green ones coming on. But that's definitely a problem we've got to get taken care of before too long. So we just finished up our 10 boxes. Some of them are really nice. Others are borderline between a canner and like a table tomato. Some are more orange, some are nice and red. But for the most part, they're very nice. And so we'll decide when we get to market what we want to sell them for or how we want to sell them. But we do have a lot of people now asking for canners. And so if they want them, we're gonna offer it to them. I got the tomatoes unloaded over here. This is what the guys got done today. 2 red beets, huge eggplant. They got 10 baskets of those. The rest are over here. Really nice, again, giant Marconi, and some beautiful Cubanelle. Oh, and then also some banana hots and pimento, which I think they mistaked as cherry peppers, but it doesn't matter, we'll still sell them. We're heading up to the field now. Mom and I are in the truck. Dad's in the tractor with the plastic layer. We're gonna lay a couple rows, which will be the last of laying plastic for the season for the pickles, cucumbers, and zucchini. This is the old strawberry field we've been working on getting the plastic out of. And now this portion of it right here is what we're gonna lay our 4 rows in for the pickles. Mom will stand on the end, cover it, make sure everything's going okay. I'll be on the plastic layer and Dad'll be driving. So to start out, I'll pull this plastic just like that. All right, and then he'll drop it down like so, and I'll stand here until he takes off. All right, and then I'll run up and get on. Doing a beautiful job. So then once we stop, I'll come right here with a knife, cut it. All right. And then he'll turn around for another row, and Mom will level out this big hump we have here. And cover the end, that way the wind doesn't get up under it and pick it up in the air. So that's it. Mom's finishing up the last row. Just 3 rows. And that'll get everything we need in the ground, hopefully. Maybe we'll plant that later on today. We've now moved out here into the cantaloupe and watermelon. Mom and Dad are working on the cantaloupe. I'm on the lower side in the watermelon, the red seedless to be specific. And my cousin Jared is up on the truck packing the bins. They're really starting to come on now. Before we were just filling crates with them. Now we're getting bins. They got some really big sugar babies down here. How we tell if they're ready is if they have a yellow belly. And you can see that there, meaning it's ready to go. Pop it right off the vine. I'm gonna check this one as well. That one's got a yellow belly too. Good to go. Here you go, Jared.
Watermelon too, but the only problem is I only got room for one at a time.
I got one more here, yeah.
Alright.
Ready? This is some crow damage. It's got a nice, beautiful yellow belly. Definitely didn't harm the fruit on the inside, so I'm gonna take it, maybe just sell it for a little bit cheaper. So this is a new yellow seeded that we grew this year. Usually the ones that we used to grow are like this size. And now these are like 3 times that. It's a red seedless. We also grow a yellow seedless, but we're not going to take any of those today just because we don't want to get confused at market and then the customers don't know and they could get mad. So this is just red seedless, yellow with seeds. And then of course we had a taste test. This is the red seedless, obviously, the yellow. Beautiful color. We're almost done. Jared. We got a full bin of watermelon and almost a full bin of cantaloupe. Really down in there.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3. I see 3 of them out there.
If I can get it. We just got back here to the shed. Here's our bins. We're gonna get these into the cooler so they can start cooling down. That way they'll hold for the next day or so until we can sell them at market. So now we're up here, we just got started. We're planting Gouda first, then yellow, then green zucchini. So the Lebanese squash or the Gouda are now in the ground. How it works is there's a spike, the water comes out of the tank into that spike, and then there's a hole in the end of it that when that spike pokes a hole in the ground, the water flushes it, and then it makes it nice and soupy to push that plant into the ground with ease. And then slowly but surely, the water then seeps down and around the plant, watering it and fertilizing it at the same time. You found them all?
Yep. It's dragging every time, man. I wonder if we should drop it down. Maybe not.
Drag it down or pick it up?
That's okay. Well, if you pick it up, it'll probably drag more down pressure, make it turn.